Moving along, we have por versus para, and this it's easier to distinguish between por and para. Because what you hear is that por and para both mean for. I want you to forget the notion that por and para both mean for. Because while it's technically true, it's not helpful. So, I want you to think about por and para as having several meanings because each of them have several meanings. Each have about 3 meanings. Luckily, all 3 of these meanings all follow based off each other, so it's not very hard to remember, okay? Now, para means for. That's the first meaning of para. It means for in the absolute traditional sense of like, he cooked for us, right? That for. When you think of the word for, that's what para is used for. The second is it means to. Para means to as well. The word for to in Spanish is also a. And so, to and for in Spanish are actually interchangeable. Para means both for, but it also means to. And natives will actually use para as to more than the word for to, right? If you were to say we're going to Mexico, natives might say vamos para Mexico instead of vamos a Mexico. Now, finally, the last meaning of para is an extension of the second, which is in order to. Okay, so a lot of times when we say to in English, what we really mean is in order to, right? He's studying in order to get a job. If you said he's studying to get a job, what you really mean there is that he's studying in order to get a job. And so to is actually just a shortened version of in order to, which is why para also means in order to. Okay, now por, the first meaning of por is not for. So I don't want you to think about por as for, okay? Por means because of, okay? This is why you have words like por qué, right? So if you said he's here because of you, está aquí por ti, that would mean he's here because of you, right? You are the reason he is here. Whereas if you said está aquí para ti, then it would mean he's here for you, like he's here for you, okay? Now, the second meaning of por is for, but only in the context of time. So for 10 years, 4 or 5 months, which is why it makes no sense to sort of say that there are 2 words for in Spanish. Because while it's technically true, it makes you think that you have to sit here and think between por and para, when in reality, it's almost always going to be para, and the only time there's por is if you're talking about a period of time, right? Por, like for 10 years, por 10 años. The last meaning of por is by, in the sense of by, right? Like written by, presented by, and so on. It could also be used as a preposition to show location, like it could be used as in or on, or beside, or across from. Stuff like that. And you'll sort of see natives use it in that way. And that's sort of how to learn the sort of intricacies there. So yeah, that's por and para explained. All right. Now, and by the way, if you're just getting started, I highly recommend joining the Speedy Spanish Hub. It's a free community I created with a bunch of free resources and guides to help you start learning Spanish with these methods. And it'll be the first link in the description.